Welcome to week 9. So this week you have a couple things going on. Totally manageable, totally doable. You just want to pay attention to the different pieces. So in week 8 you submitted your research question, your hypothesis, and your 3 accounts. So my job in week 9 is to provide you feedback on your research question, your hypothesis, and your 3 accounts. So what I typically see, and so this is like a huge reminder, you can't measure audience growth. That would take months, like months and months, especially if you're looking at a larger account. It would be months and months to really look at, and when I say larger account, an account with more followers, it would take months to really see any kind of moving of the needle in audience over time. That's not available to us. It's simply not. Maybe if you were writing a dissertation and you had 2 years to do the work, then you could study something like this. Not 6 weeks, not possible. You're only going to do the data collection once, and that's going to happen this week. So we're really looking at collecting the likes, the number of comments, and the shares, number of shares on particular posts. If for some reason your research question focused on the content of the comments, you're going to need to come up with an approach to look at that. You are then going to need to collect something else that's going to help answer your questions. So that can be categorizing the images in the post, categorizing the colors in the post, categorizing the aesthetic in the post, making comments about the hashtags, collecting the hashtags, making notes about the title, categorizing the title, making notes about lengths of video, categorizing lengths of video. Like you're not doing all of this. You are not doing all of that data collection. You're going to pick the pieces that answer your research question. Okay, so while I work through grading as quickly as I can to get you feedback on your research question, you're going to sit down and do data collection. This is going to work similarly to the data analysis practice project, and most of you got it right. You were going to sit down one afternoon this week, and you're going to collect all the data. If you don't have a big block of time, because that's, it's 30 posts per account, so you're looking at about 90 posts plus or minus, mostly plus, not minus, maybe an hour each to collect that information, pop it in a chart. The chart can look very similar, but that is like a 3-hour block. So if you collect them on different days, what you do not want to do is update your data. You are going to sit down and you're going to look at account A and you're going to fill out your data chart. You're going to do the screen captures. My goodness, screen captures for all of the posts that you need. You're going to collect all of the likes, and then you're not going to worry if those numbers change at all. That data collection is done. You are going to document when you did this and how long it took you. And then for account number 2, same. When did you start? When did you finish? You're going to collect all of the data, and then you're not going to worry about that data changing again, because depending on the size of your account, it's probably going to. You are not responsible for anything that changes about that data after the time you have stopped collecting your data. So if it takes you, and this really depends on how you want to do it. If you go through and you just do 30 screen grabs really quickly, you do not have to look at the data ever again once you've transposed that into a data chart, right? So you need to be really thinking through, okay, when can I set aside a block of time to pull data for account A, a block of time to pull data for account B, and a block of time to pull data for account C. A reminder, you need at least 30 for each, and you have a total of 3 accounts. In addition to that, the secondary layer of it is make sure you put it in a chart so that you have all the information, and then you can add categories later based on feedback from the grading. So just kind of pay attention to what you're doing there. Okay, if you have questions, as you're collecting the data, come to office hours, send me an email, or send me a note on Tumblr. I'll see you online.